Hey there, Ruthie here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the perfect Sunday motivation video for you, getting a bunch of things checked off my to-do list. And we're starting out with these filthy car seats. That's right, I am deep cleaning both my toddler car seats and taking you along for the ride. I'm also going to be organizing my mudroom because it has gone way out of control and just is really messy. And then lastly, I picked up a bunch of new plants, so we'll get those planted and set up all over the house. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gives you the perfect motivation for this Sunday. If you do, consider subscribing because I make lots more videos just like this one. But for now, let's get into it. With the car seats, I kind of like to vacuum as I go along. So I'll give it a general vacuum, and then as I'm removing more of the fabric, I will give it a little bit more of a vacuum clean. Definitely keep your vacuum handy for this one. And you'll just want to kind of remove any and all of the pieces. You'll be surprised. You actually can remove almost all of the fabrics and materials on your car seats. And don't worry if you can't remember how to put them back together. That's what YouTube's for. Oh my God. Did you see how many snacks my son was saving for later, or I guess for me for this very moment? This is reason 555 why I should not let my kids eat in their car seat. Another reason, they might stick something in their nose. Yep, recently I went to the ER because my daughter decided to shove a raisin up her nose. And this happened while she was in her car seat. Anyway, really hope we drop the habit of letting them eat their snacks while they're in their car seats. It will really make this process a lot easier. In my experience, most car seats fabric is machine washable, but definitely follow the instructions for your particular one. I'll go ahead and stick mine in the washing machine, and I'll add a little bit of vinegar to help disinfect it a little bit more. I do air dry all mine, and so I'll just hang that up and let it dry. As great as my Dyson is, it just could not keep up with how many snacks my kids shoved in all the different corners for their car seats. So I had to call in some reinforcements, and hubby stepped up and brought his super HVAC vacuum to really get these car seats nice and clean. I usually let the fabric air dry overnight, and now that it's the next day, it's time to go ahead and put the car seats together. This video is definitely not going to teach you step by step on how to put these together. What I usually do is go on YouTube and make sure I find the right video on how to put this together. I definitely don't want to mess it up. No matter how many times I clean these, there's always like something that gets me and takes me a little while to figure out. And this time it was how to get these car seat straps back on. I could not figure it out. right, let's go ahead and see how these car seats look. I mean, just look how beautiful and clean they look. I also try to get the car cleaned anytime we clean the car seats. This time we were a few days off. As you can tell, my daughter already rubbed her feet on the back of the driver's seat, but in general it was pretty clean. I also added this caddy down below where I'm keeping all the kids stuff and a little vacuum cleaner, and I put it where my son is because he's rear facing, so it doesn't bother him anyway. And yeah, those are my clean car seats. Comment below, how long do you think they're gonna stay clean? A day, an hour?
Alright, so my mudroom always looks like a freaking disaster. I have all this beautiful stuff here, but I just feel like I can never keep it organized. So I did buy a few things to try to get this place a little bit more functional and a little bit more organized.
Let's start by showing you how my mudroom currently looks. So I have this big closet where we keep most of our shoes, but they're just kind of thrown all together, which then makes all the shoes overflow all over the rest of the mudroom. And then I also have this bench over here where I have these beautiful drawers, but inside is just kind of a mess. So I got a few things to go ahead and organize my mudroom. First, I got some shoe racks off of Amazon. I'll link everything down below, so make sure you check out the description box. And I did attempt to go ahead and put this together, but let's be real, I am not the most handy person, so I quickly called in some reinforcements. But I really did try to follow the instructions. I just can't build this stuff. Anyway, we'll start out by getting everything out, just like you do with any organization. And then, of course, I will give it a good vacuum, make sure it is nice and clean. I also use this as an opportunity to go ahead and get rid of any shoes that we don't really wear. And the way I've decided to organize is on the left, kind of keep my husband's and my shoes, and on the right, this two-tier rack will be where all the kids' shoes are. Now that the closet is all organized, it's time to organize this space. So again, we're gonna go ahead and take everything out, and you can see some of the stuff was still in the packaging even. And I also decluttered. There's some stuff in here that doesn't belong in here, so I went ahead and moved that into the laundry room. When you saw me take everything out, you saw that I did have some containers in here, but the problem was that they just didn't fit the right space and they were too short. And so a lot of the stuff just didn't fit in it. I went on Amazon and found these really deep ones, and they were perfect. So that's what I ended up using. Unfortunately, my camera at this point decided to die, so let's just go ahead and see the grand reveal. Here is my mudroom closet with all our shoes in there, nicely organized, and you could see there are no shoes laying out. The bench is really nice and empty and no shoes on the floor. And then inside each drawer, so this one I actually used for my husband and I, and we have some gloves, hats, my gloves, my hats, and then I have some space in the back here, so umbrellas or my little Lululemon bag, everything can fit in the back. For the kids' space, I have this one for my son, his hats, and then I keep some spare socks in there, his gloves, and putting those away, Ellie's gloves and leg warmers and some socks, her hats, and then I also kept one more for the nanny. And it has worked so well in here. I love it. My last thing on my to-do list was go ahead and replant some of the new plants I got. I just absolutely love having fresh plants in the house and couldn't resist picking up a bunch more when my local nursery had a sale. So let's go ahead and replant them. For the planters, I kind of picked them up all over the place. Some of these were from Marshall's or Home Goods, and some of these are from Amazon. And then I'll fill it with a little bit of soil, take my plant out of the pot that it came in, and then add more soil on top just to get it nice and planted. The reason I love doing this in my laundry room is because I have this awesome sink in there, and then I'll go ahead and water each plant really well until it kind of drips from the bottom to make sure it is nice and watered. I also love using these little plates that I got off of Amazon underneath all my planters that have holes in them. If you need, go ahead and check out the description. I'll have that link down below as well. Speaking of watering, all your planters come with these little tags that let you know all the instructions about the plant, how often to water it, etc. So my go-to trick is always to set a reminder in your phone letting you know when to water it.
Beautiful work. Oh, did you spill?
I spilled.
Now, getting it all done doesn't mean by yourself, and in my house, it is a full family affair. So watering the plants is definitely an activity that my kids help me with every week.
Let's see me. Okay. Ready? Okay, come on up. Careful, careful, careful. Over here. Climb up. Good job. Good job. All right. Let's go water the other one.
I hope you enjoyed this Get It All Done video, and I'll see you at my next one. Bye.